In a narcissistic relationship, we just become a doormat, an emotional toilet, or a servant, or a dog. We just have to do what the narcissist wants us to do. Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about why the narcissists withhold closure. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So as we know that these narcissistic folks are insecure beings on the inside, but they are very controlling. They lack tolerance towards criticism. They have inability to self-reflect. They lack empathy. Because of this lack of empathy, these narcissistic folks really don't understand, and they hardly care what goes inside of you, what you are going through, how you are feeling about things, what you like, what you don't like. That's none of the narcissists' concern. All what these narcissists are concerned about is what you do for them. So these narcissistic folks see you and me and everyone else as supply, what we can do for them. They are the entitled ones, they are privileged ones, and we are there to serve them, whether it is financially, whether it is admiration, validation, work, or whatnot. So we are just like unpaid servant for these narcissists. They want something out of us, and the moment we fail to provide that to them, there is going to be litany of reactions: passive aggression, silent treatment, smear campaigning, you name it, and you can just see in a narcissistic relationship. In a narcissistic relationship, we just become a doormat, an emotional toilet, or a servant, or a dog. We just have to do what the narcissist wants us to do. The narcissists feel entitled, and they really don't care what we are going through on the inside. Their problem, their pain, their likes and dislikes, their issues and challenges, is something that gets all that attention. Yeah. Plus, you have to validate their challenges and their situation, feeling, likes and desires. But when it comes to you, you are just there like a robot, or someone without conscience. You just have to go on doing what you are supposed to do. You won't be seen and heard. Yeah, on and off they can throw tiny bit of crumb, and this is basically to keep you on hook. But there is no healthy discussion. A narcissist is never going to tell you or invite you and encourage you to sit together and work things out. Yeah, every time you try and make things work, or if you try and tell them how you're feeling on the inside, you would be invalidated, gaslighted, and overall you would be blamed. Yeah, the problem is with you. Yeah, you made me do this, you made me behave in a certain way, you made me angry, you made me irritated. So there is no healthy discussion. You might start a discussion on a healthy note, but in no time that discussion becomes a fight, an argument, and the outcome is not good. So all your attempts to tell them how you feel on the inside goes to waste, because these narcissistic folks really don't care what's happening inside of you. You really don't get closure. There are a lot of things that is inside of you, but if you are in a relationship with this narcissist, you know that there is a lot of things happening on the inside of you, but there is no room to talk about it, because you know what the outcome would be. In the end, you would be blamed. You are not good enough, you have been difficult, you pushed me, you irritated me. Yeah. So whether you are with a narcissist or you are out of that narcissistic relationship, there is no closure, because narcissists feel very entitled. I know it all, I deserve the best, and that's it, and you have to keep doing what I want you to do. That's it, end of story. they never, attempt, or they never take the lead and come forward and tell you that, hey, Sarah, let's work it out. What's happening? I see you being a little upset. So come on, let's sit together and talk it out. Let's work it out together. But these things don't happen. Entitlement, a feeling of superior, someone who knows it all, and you are the one who's their supply. So no matter how educated you are, no matter how smart, intelligent, and talented you are, but you are the supply. Yeah, and the supply has to keep providing what the narcissist needs. The narcissist really cannot understand or feel that you might have the need to be seen and heard. They really can't process. So as a result of which, whether you are in a relationship or whether you are out of the relationship, there is no closure. If you're out of a narcissistic relationship, you might go on wondering what exactly went wrong. Everything was all right. I was doing everything what he wanted me to do. But why all of this happened? Why didn't he give a chance to me to explain and work things out together? Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? So, there is a lot of rumination, cognitive dissonance, and, a lot of this questions that, keeps us haunted, whether we are in a narcissistic relationship or we are away from a narcissistic relationship. It keeps us haunted. Because of all that gaslighting and manipulation, we lose ourselves in a lot of way. We begin to doubt our own selves. And the moment we begin to doubt our own selves, we are just vulnerable. We are not ourselves. Yeah. If we don't trust ourselves, if we are not being ourselves, who are we? We are just trying to be the way how others want us to be, so that we can please them and we can get some love in return. So this is something which the narcissists, love to use and utilize, and in return they give you those tiny bit of crumbs. So there is nothing called closure. A narcissist is not going to come and tell you, hey, I had been a little rude, hey, I had been extremely strict, I had been extremely abusive, I'm sorry. Such things never happen. The day of revelation and realization never happens. Yeah. Some of the lucky ones might get a deathbed confession, but others don't get closure. It's almost like, you spend 10-15 years in a relationship, and then one fine day you couldn't take it any further, you couldn't take it anymore, you couldn't tolerate it any further, you just quit. And then you just keep wondering how I was in that relationship, how time went by, and why I was putting up with all this, and why didn't I come out earlier? Why did I get into it in the first place? Yeah, there are a lot of these questions that haunts us. Sometimes we try and answer them, sometimes we are not satisfied with the answer, and we try and, ask these questions, to others, in hopes that we might get a satisfactory answer. But then also we don't get, satisfactory answers. In some cases, the victims of narcissistic abuse often, reach out to the narcissist and, try and confront them. You had misbehaved, you treated me poorly, and in return the narcissist further gaslights the victim, makes them feel miserable, because the narcissist knows, yeah, I mean, what needs to be done with their ex-victim, ex-supply. So the narcissist never gives you a direct answer. The narcissist never gives you closure. Not that they care, they just don't care, I mean, what happens to you or what goes inside of you. But they make sure that they don't give you closure. They don't give you definitive answers as to why they did behave like this, as to why they treated you this way. They're not going to answer you. They're going to keep dodging, they're going to invalidate, minimize, try and rationalize and dismiss it, yeah, so that you remain in that cycle. You go on, doing things in hopes that one fine day she's going to call me and sit together and she's going to tell me, let's work it out, what's happening, tell me. So that day never comes and you are forever trapped in that cycle. Even if you come out of such relationships, still a major area inside of your head is occupied with a lot of questions and reasonings. And if you don't have a healthy surrounding, if you don't have an expert to help you navigate and guide, you might begin to internalize a lot of things. You might begin to believe that the problem was with me. In a lot of these cases, I mean, the survivors of narcissistic abuse, they suffer from a great deal of complex PTSD. In most of the cases I have seen, they begin to believe honestly that they were the problem. If they would have been a little better, things might have changed. Things would have been a little better. Things would have not, become so nasty. So yes, there is nothing called closure, direct answer, or solution to your problems that you're going to get out of a narcissist. It's absolutely a transactional relationship, an instrumental relationship where you are the supplier and they are the consumer, and that's it. If you're not going to supply them with what they consume and they survive on, they are going to look for other options. Yeah, in no time they are going to find a replacement. So that is how things are. It's quite complex, but that is how it is. We need to have radical acceptance towards certain things, and that helps us with closure. Yeah, with radical acceptance we get closure to a lot of our unanswered questions. And yes, narcissists are the way they are, whether they are young, whether they are adult, whether they are old, they are narcissists, and they really cannot think and process the way how we do. And some of the narcissists are even so manipulative that they can use empathy. They can use empathy to find out your weaknesses, understand and learn your vulnerabilities, and then use it against you. So yes, we are dealing with such kind of people who have a very unique personality disorder or personality style, and we really can't do much about them. That's who they are, that's how they are. There is nothing healthy if you are in a relationship with a narcissist. You are not being yourself, because if you try and be authentic, the narcissist will get hurt. They don't like you being authentic. You can't voice out what's running inside of you or what you're feeling on the inside. You can't do that, because then you will be labeled, judged, blamed, gaslighted. So there are a lot of challenges that one faces in a narcissistic relationship. Narcissistic relationship, as it is a traumatic relationship, and in some cases the survivors of narcissistic relationship or the adult children of narcissists, they are also quite challenging in relationship. If they are not healed, if they have not undergone some therapy, or if they have not worked on themselves, they can be challenging for other individuals as well. If you have survived narcissism, you need to give some time, heal yourself, develop radical acceptance towards whatever happened. That's who they are, and that's how things are when you are with them, and you need to learn to move on. If you come out of a narcissistic relationship, or if you are an adult child of a narcissist, it's still the same thing. Maybe not that intense, but it's still messy. Things will be messy. So the best thing is, come out of a narcissistic relationship, go into the healing cocoon, sort yourself out, develop things, learn things, heal yourself, fix yourself, patch yourself up together, and then if you want at all, look for a relationship. But If you already have narcissistic parents and you have recently gone no contact, or if you had a narcissistic relationship that you have come out of, don't immediately jump into relationship, because you are already in a mess, and most probably you're going to attract a narcissist, because you really don't know what healthy relationship is and what toxic relationship is, right? So you become an easy target, or rather you can say you become a magnet, yeah, because you have already come out from a narcissistic relationship. You are raised by narcissists. What is not normal might appear normal to you, and you might attract that, yeah. So the cycle goes on. So you need to really put a full stop, come out of it, pause, heal yourself, fix yourself, understand what happened with you, let it process, let it sink in, and then move forward and have relationship. Yeah, because if you have so much of mess up there, and then again you're jumping into a new relationship in hopes that, oh, things are going to be good. So once you're over, from a narcissistic relationship, you need to give some time to yourself rather than jumping into relationship, because the mess is going to go on. You are not going to become healthy if you jump into another relationship after coming out from a narcissistic relationship. That relationship is not going to make you healthy. That relationship is not going to patch you up and fix you. So first you need to spend some time with yourself, and only when you think you're ready, you can look forward to relationships. Yes, so coming back to closure, closure is not something that the narcissist wants, because they want to open that tiny little window, so that they can again go and use you. They can again go and manipulate you, or they can summon their flying monkeys and instruct them to go and manipulate you, guilt trip you, and again get you on hook, or try and get you on hook. Narcissistic folks, some of them, they really don't go no contact after you leave them, after you leave the narcissistic relationship. They still try and be friends with you, yeah, in hopes that they can again bring you back on track. They're going to get you on hook. So yes, they might stalk, they might start ghosting you, they might keep a tab of what you do, what you don't. So these narcissists just want their supply to keep supplying whatever they need out of them. Yeah, so closure is not a narcissist's cup of tea. So if you want closure about certain things, you need to move on, and you need to look for some other ways, or maybe some other people, yeah, to have that healthy conversation and discussion, because there is no room for exchange of ideas and thoughts and emotions and feelings when you are with a narcissist. So yes, this was it. In case if you would like to add in something, please feel free to comment below, and don't ignore the red flags. Lots of love and blessings to all of you, and try and stay away from narcissists. Bye.